Like a Venge Juggernaut. I mean, the thing is, Na'Vi love to run these 2-1-2 sets where they put Goblack in the offlane dual lane, and he protects Funix, secures Funix farm, whether it's the Abaddon, the Warlock in this case, a Lich. But if you run a dual lane against your opponents who have a Brood, Brood will wreck the top dual lane. Venge Jug is okay-ish, and Venge has already got like the anti-Brood kit with the Sentries and Dust, but it's still a rough lane.
It definitely is.
You can't actually kill Brood, really. Brood's movement speed is just...
Goblack likes Abaddon so much, his effigy is actually Abaddon. I don't see Abaddon effigies very often. That is some serious love.
My shield up on you.
My shield up on you. See? Yeah. Oh, gosh. Okay, so how are these lanes looking here? I got some good luck, have fun there from Habos. Looks like he's still in love. I like that. Radiant side, we've got Team Secret. It'll be S4 on the Axe and Kuroki on the line. Looks like they're the two slated for the bottom lane. That puts Puppey on the Chen in the Radiant jungle. Then we've got some cores here. Arteezy, he's on the Shadow Fiend with that Arcana. And off lane, it will be Zai on the Brood, rocking some Brood cosmetics here. The rare Spiderlings. Okay, watch out, gods. She's in style.
Well, watch out for her boss. He sure loves his... Slakshmi, he's on the Juggernaut. Slakshmi. Looking for that top bounty rune. We'll wait a second for our introductions. Vengeskor on the Vengeful Spirit shortly behind him, but top bounty rune. It looks to be going the way of Secret, and our tour going to be off to a nice early start with that. So, rest of Na'Vi, we're going to see well, the Venge being played by Vengeskor. In the mid lane, it's going to be Dendi, of course, playing one of his kind of signature heroes, the Puck. In the off lane, Goblack on the Abaddon, and Funnick going to be playing the Nightstalk, having already taken a bit of damage around that bottom rune kerfuffle.
Okay, and initial runes. All right, one to Arteezy and one to Funnick. So pretty even spread out of the gate. Initial wards coming down in the bottom. We'll see an observer on the other side of the tree line, and in the mid, going right back there, we'll see a nice lane ward for Arteezy. So getting some good vision on Dendi in the mid. Will probably not be caught unaware. Dire using their second observer for that top rune, so a little bit of rune control also.
Yeah. So as far as lanes go, SF versus Puck, this is, I'd say even, like, SF does really well here, especially already he's getting off some good souls up. Did go for the level 1 raise, and Archer's actually talked about this on his stream, like, why does he do this? And it's always about securing that, like, couple of early CS.
You need to secure that bottle ASAP.
Yeah, get your bottle ASAP. You can make up for your souls with your raises later on, so it's kind of, it guarantees you farm, whereas if you go for the Necromancer and you don't get souls in like the first 2 creep waves, suddenly you're really screwed. You can try and play catch up using raises later, but you want to get the bottle as fast as possible.
Yeah, and it can also be a big risk as well if they rotate on you before you have that bottle. If you get poked a little bit, it's a bit of an unnecessary risk. Down bottom, Goblack and Funnick can move into the jungle here just to intercept the pull from Kuroki. Looks like Puppey will have a pretty easy time in the jungle out of the gate. Nothing blocking him. Na'Vi did not invade, block any of his camps, so I would expect this Chen to be active perhaps sooner rather than later, depending on what creeps he's able to find. Already clears out a set of mud golems and very close to level 3.
Yeah, so the top lane Brood doing pretty decently here. 4 CS, starting to accumulate a couple of Spiderlings, and once you get a big Spider Arm, you've got to be very careful.
That's a lot of money you can feed away there.
Yeah, and the other thing is Brood used the Sentry to deward, and then Na'Vi dewarded like anti-Sentry to Sentry, which ends up Na'Vi still the Sentry in lane, but it's a second Sentry being forced out, and that means it's going to expire soon, and then Brood, with 2 Sentries down, either Vengeskor has to buy more Sentries as a Venge, or Brood is just going to like walk all over this top lane.
And he also knows where that second Sentry is, which is really important. Knowing before you get caught off guard is almost as important as killing it, I think.
They just have no kill potential. Like, Vengeskor going for Sentries and Dust, but what's the plan to kill a Brood who's got the 413 movement speed already, get another point or 2 in web, and you're up to like 450 move speed. Like, Juggernaut spin is not... You're not getting kills until Jug's level 6. And I don't know if you can survive this lane till then.
Yeah, Zai is doing very well though. 7 CS now, halfway through level 3. This is pretty damn good for the offlaner. Somewhat comparable to that bottom lane. Warlock support, as you mentioned, a little lackluster, and it's not really doing much to secure farm for Funnick. He's on point with the solo Brood right now, which is obviously a victory for Secret. With the Chen in the jungle, you should expect them to have a little gold experience edge, at least in the initial part of this laning stage.
So, I haven't seen the Chen move out of the jungle just yet. Puppey just kind of happy to get his farm and levels early on. And
I wonder when we'll see the first smoke rotation from Puppey. He hasn't picked one up yet.
It's hard to smoke getting mid. Unless Dendy uses it all offensively to try and farm or harass, you're not looking at.
I feel like the Warlock is the easy target, though. He's in the off lane. Night Stalker, he can't really do too much to keep him alive. Oh, Zai, he gets dusted, but can they actually chase him down? Doesn't have the movement speed for the webs. Avos, dive in here. Zai moves into the trees, looking to fall, going for the jukes, trying to eat a path out of the trees, but Venge is there to intercept. Vanscore with good footwork. Blocks him in, and Avos will secure the first blood. Nicely played by Na'Vi. Vanscore knowing exactly where he wanted to go, and stops the retreat.
Yeah, nicely played by Na'Vi, slightly misplayed by Zai as well. Like, didn't have a second web and got caught in a position where he could have maybe ran upwards and just used it. He has the superior movement speed, so he even dusted up. I think he just outruns a boss, but
yeah,
didn't have a web to hide him.
And even when you're dusted, you can still run over the trees, so you can still fog. If you're on your webs, I mean. So despite being revealed, you can still kind of fog to some degree.
Triple raise!
Oh, mama!
Walked into that one. As Dendy will secure the room, but Arteezy happily will take the kill.
Yes, he'll
take it. He's going to be careful. Another triple raise. He only got mana for double raise, but I think enough.
There's a Hex there from Kuro and an Earth Spike. It's plenty. Now a set of kills in the mid. Not quite the double for Artur, but 2-1 is Secret. Strike on back, and all of a sudden, Swagger Fiend here looking pretty strong.
I think the laning state's going really well for Secret in general. Like, the bottom lane, Funnick is getting CS, well, not much CS compared to S4, and that's in that 2v2 setup in a lot of ways. And
well, here we go. First smoke from Puppey will come right around the 5-minute mark. He's got Kuro with him. Where can they go? Venge in the jungle. They don't have vision, so they could roll the dice and just try to venture about, or they could go for the jug. And it looks like they might actually luck into the Venge. Radiant do have an observer ward down there. They see the Venge on the way, but they don't care. They're going right for Havost. Blade Fury away, and they will actually dive it. Nope, okay. They double back after the shockwave flies.
Kuro's trying to come around from the tree lines to get the insta-hex off, but just couldn't quite get in range before the spin, so...
Yep.
Luckily for Na'Vi, they don't give up that kill. If Avos dies there, they lose a lot of control over this top lane. The one lane which is going decently well for them. There's still a level 5 Brew who has his Soaring Bass. He can still do a lot of damage here, so... Still not easy for them. And this big Spiderling army right now is possibly just a straight-up dead Venge. Venge does have boots, but I don't really see a way out.
Yeah, just
not without
continuing to
TPs.
poke. More spiders coming through. The Chen creeps as well. Puppey will eat the stun. And Puppey actually lives here though. Duck comes out. They get the kill on Venge. Puppey taking a lot of damage, but Havost falls first. Puppey with just a handful of hit points to spare.
It's around. Funnick is dead as well.
Oh my gosh.
That mana drain from Kuro. Havost had 105 mana after that mana drain. Couldn't get up the Blade 3, which would have secured the kill, kept him alive, and maybe even led to another kill, but...
A 3-0 in the top, now 5-1. That whole time, Arteezy just farming away in the mid. That's a 1,400 net worth trade already at only 6 minutes. And they had the lead because Chen was in the jungle already. That's 3,000 golden experience.
Well,
Secret off to the races here. And even up top, Havost stunned up line, only level 5, but in comes Zai. They get the kill again on Havost.
It's just so tough. He comes back to the top lane. Even if they don't get, like, even if he gets off a Blade Tree, they can chase him down. Brood, 470 movement speed inside the web with a huge Spiderling army.
Mid lane, recoil onto Arteezy. Funnick's there, a lot of follow-up damage. TP's on the way in. Artur will live for now. Funnick wants to find the kill, but the tower chopping him down. They do manage to bring down the Shadow Fiend. Puck gets off that last hit. Still a 1-for-1. S4 trying to get aggressive here, and will be forced back. 1-for-1, Secret still finding trades. Even when they take something that isn't completely in their favor, they still get something out of it. And again, up top, they're moving into tier 2.
Zai's about to pick up his Midas too, so he's just going to accelerate his level gain and just... Brood's one of those heroes where there's no real big item that you have to get right off the bat, so getting a Midas and just securing your late game farm
with a 7-minute Midas, he could still have an Orchid like at 15 minutes if this keeps up.
He is crazy farm here. Boss, he's going to be dead. Benji trying to juke, but gets hexed up. Oh, 3-hero Impale as well. Sick plays from Kuro. They kind of walked into that one, but even so, Kuro's still healthy.
Funnick on the run. Can he actually survive this? Zai trying to chase him down. The fingers there to bring him down. Havost left at the tower, but the Chen army is on its way. Oh, Zai almost finds the kill. If only there was a shockwave, the cooldown was available, that would have been a death. Also, the shockwave hits 3 heroes on top of the Earth Spike from Kuroki. This is a disaster for Na'Vi.
Dendy had to get that jaunt out, but level 1 phase shift and didn't have only has level 1 silence as well, so like a silence on the line was not going to last very long.
Look at this Arteezy, he's got something. That's a Yule's recipe, baby. The Spirit Bomb is real.
He can go any item this game.
He can go, exactly. He can go any item, and he chooses what's the right word here, guys? The trendy, the cheesy, the rage right now.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like the
hot new thing.
Yeah. In middle school, you see all the other cool kids with it. You're like, I want one of those.
It is fun to watch. The Spirit Bomb, you see the setup, and it's just that. Oh, there's nothing you could do about that. It's very satisfying.
Yeah, this is just a hard game for Navi. They're playing 5v4, so it's hard, Andrew.
It's a tough life.
What has Warlock done this game?
I mean, look at Dendy mid. He's stunned up. Puppy's here. They're just going to keep the stuns going. An easy dunk for S4.
Meanwhile, top of us, maybe going to go down as well. There's another nuke in 3 seconds. I can chase. Yeah, worried about this.
What has Warlock done? Oh, down bottom. Funnick and Arteezy going blow for blow. Arteezy with the Shadow Razors. Another kill coming out for Secret. It's just not even about team fights. It's just little skirmishes around the map. Navi are just losing these 1v1s.
Yeah, I mean, for the Warlock pick, it didn't work out at all. The 2v2 lane that they had there, Funnick did not farm well against the Axe. He hardly farmed at all. And then all Warlock could do was say, look, you gotta go fight. Nightstalker had to leave the lane to go fight, and then Warlock just sat there farming, leeching XP.
Well, now he uses an ultimate, and...
You know, he was leeching XP to get level 6 and then try and turn things around, and they're gonna get a Lion kill. That's something, but it feels like very little.
An Omni Slash and a Chaotic offering to get a support Lion. Meanwhile, you've got Arteezy farming in the bottom, you've got Axe farming in mid. That's a very minor gain across the slew of negatives on the...
That's like the one moment Navi been waiting for. Okay, Warlock's level 6, he's got his rock now. Let's do something.
We've already passed the 1,000 gold per minute mark lead at the 10-minute mark. It's a 10,000 net worth lead for Secret. That is ridiculous. Smoke, though, on the S4. He'll get the bounty rune before he dies, at least. Now silenced, and yeah, no way Axe is going to survive this one, despite having a Vanguard. Up top now, Zai thinking about making a move on Hibos. No, he's out of mana. Okay, thought they were going to square up a little bit. So, all right, Navi actually get a good gank there. They get about a 1,400 net worth trade out of that. So little pickoffs like that will slowly get them back into this game. But now Dendy, Hex on him, finger onto Van score. Perfectly played by Kuroki. Knew the limits, knew Artor could get the kill on Puck, and well, doing it in style there. They ping out Go Black. They want this one, gods. Blink forward. There's the stun. Artor sets it up with a Shadow Rage. Good night, sweet Go Black.
10-minute blink on Kuro. This guy is just making plays happen left, right, and center. From like the mana drain earlier at the top tier 1 to that finger plus... the finger wasn't enough. He got the single right click on the vent, knowing that the Puck was dead at the same time. Like, it's like, okay, Puck's locked down, you've got that kill, I'm going for this other kill, and he just barely takes his hero to the limit to maximize the damage output.
Yeah, I mean, Secret just playing so tight, so crisp. Yeah, they're dominating over Navi, but they're doing it without making any noticeable mistakes here. This is very impressive play.
Yeah.
Now the Necro book out on Broodmother. Zai ready to end this game sooner rather than later.
They've got even Arteezy's blink is already up. They're gonna have blink on him and the Axe in a second.
Arteezy pushing dual scepter. Can they bring him down here? They don't have the ultimate from Puck. It's coming up in just a couple seconds. He will almost channel the Requiem, but the swap is he wants to do the double pop. Can't do it.
He got the double ulti off. That could have gotten really ugly, but now they get 2-0.
But Zombie knocking on the front door up top. Looks like they will be able to rotate over before he does any serious damage. 2-0 is good, though. Steps in the right direction.
It's a 3,000 gold step in the right direction. But it's like 3,000 gold. You're still really far behind.
Warlock still doesn't have any items.
That's a crazy thing. Like, the 2-0 trade gets you a 3,000 gold swing. But if you're getting a 3,000 gold swing, it means you're really far behind and still really far behind, considering it's 12 minutes in.
Now it's 4. He went Vanguard first, but he's got the Blink Dagger. 12 minutes for Vanguard, Blink, Tranquils, even Axe. Feeling the benefits of all these tower kills. I mean, 12 minutes, there is one outer tower remaining for Navi. It is 5-1.
Their high ground sieging capabilities when Brood gets Necro 2, Necro 3. They can have easy access to the Roshan pit as well with Shadow Fiend and Brood, Chen, pretty nice Rosh lineup. All they're really waiting for is maybe the pumping neck to give them that big spike capability.
Wrong place at the wrong time, walks right into the Brood, but will actually live. Now Omni Slash comes out. They get a solo pick on the Brood. Maybe it was just bait all along.
Okay. That was a big Spiderling boost as well. That was a lot of gold for Dendy.
That gets getting Dendy about 400 off his Blink Dagger. Okay, Navi showing a sign of life. Platinum the gold lead at about 12,000.
At 12 minutes in.
You try not to count Na'Vi out too early, but this is a ridiculous lead.
Definitely can't count him out, especially if that was those last few kills a bit sloppy from Secret. Perhaps I think Sai at this point, like his deaths like that, it takes 3+ heroes or something. It takes at least two big ultimates to kill him. So he's always just kind of creating space. Death hero there. It's kind of the ice type thing where he dies, but he gets a lot of golden XP in the process and helps his team take objectives elsewhere. And right now, it's Roche.
Yep. And it looks like it'll go down easy peasy. Nothing Na'Vi can do about it. It'll be Arteezy to grab the Aegis of Immortal.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Secret again with a very clear game plan. Yule's blink on the Shadow Fiend. And just about back up to max souls. Na'Vi, smoke rotation. They find Kuro. Dream Coil, silence, enough to bring him down. Another solo pick-off. They're starting to get quite a few kills here, Gods. Unfortunately, Secret are still just farming so effectively. It basically doesn't matter. Na'Vi getting these kills where it takes 3-4 heroes and Secret still just spread out working the map, it ends up as kind of a break-even in the end.
It's like, yeah, you saw the 2 for nothing where it's like, oh, 3,000 gold swing as far as that fight went, but the farm, like the gold graph hasn't actually changed that much because Secret were farming in so many places. And the recaps only show the hero kill gold changes.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. No, it's not just about the hero kills here, and that's where Secret are kind of hedging their bets on all fronts. Looking at item progression, Zai closing in on a Necro Book level 3. Puppy just about to have the mech. Looks like he's got it coming out on the courier. Now Archie blows. So their items are looking good. That's 3 Blink Daggers now on their side. Dire-wise, Dendi does have a Blink Dagger now of his own, and Havost is starting to find a little bit of farm. Mask of Madness Yasha, still not really online, but can at least do a little bit of chopping. Also level 11, so now Omni Slash a little more potent.
Yeah, Havost is in a good place. He's done well this game. Considering the lane he had and the inability they had of dealing with the Brute Vang score, surrounded by Spiderlings, he's going to go instantly
Dire's
out.
bottom tower is under attack.
Skirmish to break out up top, and that's an Omni Slash to break out the Brood Mother. Now the rest of the fight breaks out. Go Black gets hit by the Spirit Bomb, and they'll trade 1 for 1 here in different locations. So good news for Havost. Gets a solo pick off.
They're going to swing now down, looking to maybe take this last outer tower. It is daytime, and this is not easy for Flank to stay alive. Yules could set things up, and here comes S4.
Yep, there's the setup. No multi, but S4 is there with a call, and this should be a done. Yep, there it is. TP in, and instant orb back from Dendi. He does not want a piece of his axe right now.
Yeah, all the Secret cores in a good place, ready to fight. Only the Juggernaut keeping up on the Na'Vi side, so...
Yeah. Wow, actually very impressive farm on Havost, you're right. Especially given the state of this game.
Yeah, he's not getting all the kills. He's not got a single assist, so when you're getting these big comeback kills, you're getting a big gold boost. But even so, like he's farmed pretty well in lane. Yeah, he's the top CSer right now. He's got more CS than anyone. Even if he's just like a couple, it's still impressive.
When you don't have map control, you look at their vision right now. They have no outer towers, 1 ward down. There are not a lot of safe places for Havost to farm. Then you look at Radiant Vision. They've got wards all over the place. They've got one up here, right outside of the base, a lane ward in mid. They're really feeling pretty good in terms of map control. Oh, here we go up top. Zai and Havost going to square up, and with that, Havost just says, I'm just going to TP out of here. I don't want any part of this.
Brood's a bit scary because if you get the Necrobook out and instant mana burn Havost, if he doesn't have mana for the Blade Fury or the TP out, he's just done for us. So.
Even the Dire Ancients, they've got a ward on the high ground outside of Roche, a ward outside of the Secret Shop on the high ground. If anybody on Na'Vi try to go for the Ancients, it's a trap ready and waiting.
And that's where, like, Puck and Nightstalker are not good farmers to begin with. They can't flash from jungle. They almost just have to kind of rely on kills at this point. So for Na'Vi, they need to just hope they can find pickups in anywhere on the map right now. Maybe looking for another smoke gank soon. They have got the chaotic offering for Go Black. Speaking of which, he's put out
the Spirit Bomb, 1 hit KO. Now down bottom, another fight will break out. Havost, he'll get turned into a little fishy. But Kuro, nice stun on 2. TP's coming in, finger on Havost. S4 with the Berserker's Call on Venge, where he's taking tower shots. It'll be Havost trying to run for it. They get the kill on Venge. No surprise on that one. Can Havost make it out, though?
There's a blink on the SF.
Whoa, they miss all the spells. Cute little spot there from Havost that'll actually ensure his survival.
I don't think they realized he Quelling Bladed through. They just thought he was hiding in the tree pad. So really nice little play there.
Radiant's
top lane though, being pressured. Brood doing Brood things.
Yep, forces out a glyph. Dendi unable to finish off all those spiderlings. Does a lot of damage. That will be enough to repel good old Zai here on the Broodmother. But even just forcing out the glyph at this stage in the game is actually pretty important. Now Secret, if they catch an opening, they can look towards the high ground if they're so inclined and just kind of burst down a structure.
Yeah, this is looking rough. The Aegis is about to expire, I guess, which is the partially good news, but SF has an Eagle Song, and I wonder if this is even like an E-Blade type build. I feel like Butterfly is good, of course. The evasion's nice, but I feel like you could even with all the raise damage that he's doing right now, his damage output is largely magical. So an E-Blade could this maybe be even better than going for the Butterfly.
Is it possible to do the Spirit Bomb thing with an E-Blade? Can you, like, E-Blade them in time to do it? No, I don't think so. It has to be, like, instantaneous.
The E-Blade is more, like, for your raises.
Just for the raises.
And also just to help deal with the Omni Slash as a defensive tool, but you can E-Blade raises.
I think it'll be a Butterfly, even though they're really far ahead. I mean, either item will, you know, be okay. You kind of do what he wants, but the Butterfly is just, what do they have against that? There's no MPV on the horizon, no Hex. It makes him pretty damn close to immortal, to be honest. That's a huge jump in the EHP. And the Secret just stealing Dire Ancient stack.
Why not?
No,
what's going to stop them? Yeah.
It's more, again, a comment to Secret, just that they control the map so well. They farm their side. You've got Zai in the Dire jungle. You've got Puppey in the Radiant jungle. They got S4 who's just stealing the enemy's Ancients. There's nowhere for Navi to farm in this game.
Yeah. They kind of send 1 or 2 heroes to a lane. Well, 1 hero to a lane to farm. There's so much just pick off potential on the Secret side. Not many of the heroes can deal with Brood, so they're just constantly letting Brood control the entire Dire jungle plus top lane. When the Brood gets close to the tower, that's when Navi's like, okay, let's at least send a few heroes now to clear out the spiderlings. But when Brood's just in this creep wave up in the top lane, they're worried about Brood having like an axe sing behind with a blink dagger ready, even just Kuro on the line. If he's there with a blink hex impale type play, Navi dies. So they can't even deal with the Brood except at the base. Like Brood's not going to just walk up to this top lane, get a tower and Rax anytime soon, unless Navi lose a bad fight. But they can't gank the Brood in any fashion.
Or at least if they do it, it's rolling the dice. They can't do it and have a pretty definitive clean kill.
So
Navi gets an S&Y. He's tanking up a little.
Yeah, Navi just running out of options here. And de-ward the cliff here at the top, which is handy, but...
Okay, that's something, I guess. A little bit of vision control. Secret are actually all grouped up here. They've got 4 heroes inbound. Arteezy clearing out some Ancients meanwhile. And coming out on the courier, it is the Butterfly. So no E-Blade today, guys. Yeah, he comes out. Van's going to be the first to go down. S4 showing up on BKB. Chaotic offering flies through. They do the kill on Lion as Dendi gets very aggressive. Now Arteezy bouncing around all the Chen creeps. Does next to nothing. And now both stunned up by the Centaur army. Locked in place. Can they actually find the kill? Upheaval doing some serious work. Nice play from Go Black, but now Arteezy thinking about a Spirit Bomb type play. Nope, just a Yules. Looks for some Shadow Ravens. Still holding on to that Requiem for now. They find Go Black. Berserker's Call is there. Dunk to find the kill. It will be a 2-for-1. But that's all Secret needs to look towards the high ground. And that Glyph still on cooldown from Zai pushing antics earlier. Tier 3 gets melted, and now the Barracks is slowed. Now Dendi comes in. Waning Rift or back. Funnick trying to get manly here. He's got a BKB. They'll just fight right through it. The right clicks are enough. He's dead. Still a 4v3 on the field. Barracks go down, and now Secret thinking about making an exodus. Or are they? Trying to get aggressive, but again, they just man up and throw out the right clicks. S4 still alive, but just barely gets the dunk on Vanscore before they bring him down. Juggernaut ends the streak, gets a little bit of bonus gold. So Navi get a little bit out of this, but you can't even call it a hold here, gods. Just the range racks are standing.
No, this is not good at all for Navi. Losing their base and getting a kill here or there, but Dendi now.
Oh, down he goes. Puppey is just so damn good with these Centaurs. He's got him in the right place at the right time, and if you're caught without a phase shift, without a Blade Fury, you better believe he's got some chain stuns coming away.
Yeah, and Puck's still just only level 3 phase shift, so he can't use that phase guaranteed blink out.
Bottom tower
level 13,
so rough for
Dendi. For Secret, they're just, this game's in their hands now. It would take, essentially it's Secret's game to lose. There's nothing Navi can do. Their base defense, like Night Stalker, is just not a come back from behind kind of hero. Juggernaut just can't really fight into it. The Chen creep we saw just tanks up the whole Omni Slash. So even trying to fight it, even if you clear out the main creep wave, these tanky Chen creeps just say
Dire's
hello,
top
Omnislash.
barracks are under
What did it
attack.
do? It did next to no damage.
It got a Centaur to about half health, and then Chen used his Hand of
Dire's
God,
top
and
barracks
everything
has
he
fallen.
achieved from that was completely mitigated.
Yeah. Like your
like-
Axe, if he's in the front lines, has the call as well to boost up his armor to tank it up. So
Yeah, and that's one of the cool
Radiant's
things about
bottom
Shen
tower
against
is
the
under
Juggernaut
attack.
is you can split the Omnislash around all those heroes. The ultimate from Shen
Radiant
literally
structures
counters it
are
completely because it
fortified.
spreads the damage around. It's pretty potent. Now S4,
Radiant's
he's going to be
bottom
caught out
tower
in the
is
jungle.
up.
Funnick uses the
Radiant's bottom
BKB,
tower
goes
is
in,
fallen.
hits him with a Void, throws out the crippling fear. But there's some support inbound. Vanscore here from on the other side. Spirit Bomb on the go black. Not going to be the one-hit KO, but Arteezy still doing a lot of damage. They find the kill there. Vanscore will be in some trouble. Juggernaut does get the kill on Chen. And now maybe they can clean it up.
they're going mid-Rax meanwhile, by the way.
Oh, God.
Dire's
Yeah, there you go.
structures are fortified.
Zai's just in the base. Dendy, he'll TP back. And, well, maybe we should be talking about S4. He'll get stunned up. Trying to turn it around. No,
Dire's middle
he's going to go
barracks
down.
are under
But
attack.
like you said, it doesn't really matter. In the mid, they give the finger to the puck.
Dire's middle
Lion
barracks
finds the
has
kill there.
fallen.
Now they get the melee barracks. Not worth it for Navi.
Navi, they have to just throw so much to even find like a kill hero there. They're getting the Axe eventually once his BKB's one off, but they're base in tatters now. Havo's going to die once more. He has got the buyback, but
He'll use it. Doesn't matter.
very grim.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Does not seem like it really matters all too much at this point. One lane of barracks still standing. Secret will back out for now. Zai moving into Dagon. It's a Dagon level 2.
All right, I like this. In burst damage at this point, you can just take a hero out of the fight. Especially when you're pushing, it's really nice because you don't even have to kill the target with a Dagon mid plus Spawn Spider. It just forces them back to the fountain. They have to go back. They can't defend. Opens up to take that final lane of Rax. And well, that last Rax is going to be so easy with an Aegis in hand.
No doubt about it. 27 to 13. Secret still holding on to this 1,000 net worth lead per minute. Gonna breach the 25,000 threshold here with that Roche kill, I think. And yeah, another Aegis onto Artor. He'll just go into a Satanic, has the HOD now, and recipe already purchased. Just needs a little bit more. Grab that Reaver.
This is all over, I gotta say, Andrew. I don't think there's any turning this one around.
I think not. Even if Secret do something really clowny, dive the base, dive the Firebush, doesn't really make a difference. I think they can afford to do it a couple of times. Even now, Hagen and Scepter up on Puppy. Look at this farm. 25 minutes, Arcane Boots, Mech, and Ags.
So plenty anxious to choose between as well.
He's already heading over, so probably going for the Golem. Although the little Thunder Hides are pretty cute.
At this point, you can probably just choose based on which is the cutest. Like, let's pick you.
The Slam movement speed slow is not that bad. I mean, I don't know. The Thunder Hides are a little lackluster.
It's
but
like it's 270 movement speed. You can't even like
Dire's
get in
bottom
for the
tower
class.
is under
Just
attack.
so bloody slow. It's like you have to burn one of your creeps on the stupid Cobalt guy that gives you the speed aura just so your creeps move at like an okay rate. They're still dreadfully slow, but at least it's somewhat manageable.
Easy now. Butterfly Satanic. Just he was pretty invulnerable before, but
Zai walks into a sentry, but it
Dire's
expires
bottom
right as
tower is
Vanscore
under
swaps. Just keeps getting worse for Navi.
yeah.
All right, down pop. This is the final push here, gods. The final fight for Navi. Can they make the whole chaotic offering to get it started? Yet he goes for Arteezy. So what's the follow-up here? Arteezy may well go down. Remember, he'll be able to carry everything against him up. Nothing will use the ultimate. The ultimate flies through. As more not thinking a lot of damage. Market Slash comes out, but Arteezy lifts through it with the Yules. A lot of damage, still no kills onto the Dire. Finally, Funnick falls. Secret moving closer to the well, going back into a little fish. Vanscore takes the finger. Now the Earth Spike on the go back, buyback from Axe of all heroes. S4, he's sad watching his team get all the kills. He wants some of the action too. Unfortunately for him, not going to be able to make it back in time. Does not have VOC. And that'll be it. GG from Navi as Secret take another dominant win.
They've had, two very one-sided games. Big God as well as Navi, two of the opponents you wouldn't consider like the top 3 contenders necessarily coming in, but still very teams that can always battle it out with the tier 1 teams. Navi in the past especially, Big God just based on